All right, hello. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? We're going to be playing some Sorcerer today. I am primarily just getting him ready for after rebalance. So we're going to be doing some bounties, some bestiaries. I've done a bunch of access quests today. I've done full Candia. I've done full Book World. I've done a bit of the Norkferatu quest line up to the Behemoth. I've done something else. I've done the Oskayat access as well. Just started doing 20 miles beneath the ground, or whatever miles, 20 miles beneath the sea. But now we're going to go do some bestiaries. Ah, we had a subscription there. Where did that come from? That was an. What is this? Why are we getting these? I think we. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let me see. I've added a new alert box for Botrix, but it was supposed to be just for kick raids. But now, what is going on? Okay, I feel like something's going wrong there. Once, and you know what? I'm just going to disable it. I'm just going to disable it. I don't know what was going on there because I've had an issue where raids are not fuck it, I've just deleted it. Strange. But I'm not getting notifications about raids. I think over the past couple of weeks, people have been raiding me on Kick, and I didn't even realize and didn't like thank them or anything. So I feel a bit guilty. So I've been trying to sort that out, but clearly that announcement there was something wrong with it. Ignore it. Don't worry. What happened to Tibia Pal? I mean, you can literally just look on Tibia Pal, and there's a big Kick host feedback isn't exist. Yeah, it feels like there's yeah, it's just not very good, is it? If you look on Tibia Pal, and you look on hunting places, look, maybe this is not clear enough, but look, I've said here at the top, data from the before vocation rebalance can be found on hunting old, and you click on hunting old, and it's like got all the values, right? But I've basically just updated it, ready for rebalance, where we're going to be redoing everything, you know. By the way, enjoying a bit of my own birthday cake. My birthday today, so I'm having a slice of birthday cake. Very nice. Thank you. Loads of work. Yeah, I've actually got a video coming on YouTube as well where I explain what I'm planning to do over the next, couple years. with regards to the content and stuff. But yeah, it is going to be a lot of work. Monk deja vu. This is all easier than expected. Yeah, perhaps indeed. Perhaps indeed. That's all right. Okay, what else? I wanted to buy Sanguine Boots, I think. Sanguine Boots. There's a buy offer for 51 and free sell offers for 56.9. Feel like I may as well just buy a pair, right? I'm going to buy the most expensive pair because I think these two people who listed them have listed them for two. They haven't. I really dislike people who try and undercut by like 0.001% the value of the item. At this kind of price, if you're going to undercut someone, undercut by at least 1kk or fuck off. You're just wasting everyone's time. So I'm just going to take the most expensive one because it seems like it's not undercut. It's the one that's been there the longest. So I'll just take that one and fuck these other dudes who try to undercut by like 8k on a 57kk item. Anyway, that's my personal vendetta against people who undercut by too little. Always drives me insane. Which birthday is it? 33. Yeah, same here, Codelx. Same here. If I see someone undercut by 1 GP, I purposefully avoid it. You have, if you're gonna undercut an existing offer, undercut it by at least like 1%. If you undercut it by less than that, you're just an ass. Anyways, bounty. I need the third prey slot, so it's in the right place. Yeah, no. I've moved my UI a little bit, so I need to figure out a new place for the bounty that I can share on screen. Hang on, there we go. Give me a minute. That look all right? I think that looks fine. Maybe we can make it a little smaller. Yeah, something like that. All right. Thank you, Palm. Thanks, everybody. Hello. Ah, great, Yukicho. Hello. Fingers crossed. All right. I actually, believe it or not, I actually booked Edron Were Creatures. I have it booked. Palm of the sub. Thank you. Thank you. You're actually on kick. Today. Thank you. What's going on with the mods? Why is everyone saying mods? What's happening? Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. There's a Twitch guy, dude. Oh, hang on. Is my Twitch chat connected? Oh, here we go. All right. Where is that bot? There we go. God, it's hard to ban through the Twitch. Block? I can block him? Oh, I can't. How do I delete that message, dude? Show mod icons. 1 sec. Here we go. I've got mod icons now. Here we go. How do I ban him? Delete. Warn. Timeout. Ban. Here we go. He's banned. All right. Yeah, give you mod. Yeah, right, Kai. All right, we good. We can start the stream now. Oh, I saw also that apparently these X trousers are really good for the sorcerer, right? They have this beam-based damage. He just logged it in my... There we go. X folds or some shit. 7% base damage for great beams. Sounds pretty good. We'll probably need to get those at some point. All right, let's go do our bounty. So we have a silver werefox 172 kill bounty. We also have, that is the only old school were creature that we're missing. In the bestiary, we need 285 kills. So we're going to go and we're going to do that now. But yeah, right now for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks or so until the rebalance is live, I'm just going to be trying to progress this character as much as possible. I have just over 5,000 charm points now. I calculated that I want 7.7 thousand charm points for like my base charm setup, which means I still need 2.7 thousand charms. I am hoping for a rapid respawn at the start of June, which would help with that somewhat. But yeah, basically I'm just been doing some accesses, been doing some bestiaries. I'm also gathering soul cores so that I can do a 200 soul core run to have that 4% base experience. Oh, I'm just getting a phone call. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Go for 0 supply, please. Yeah, sure. We'll be doing a lot of solid supply stuff. Will you do a fresh sorcerer as well when the rebalance hits? Yes. I have a level 64 sorcerer waiting here. I don't know how much of that will be streaming. I imagine I'll be streaming mostly the level 500 sorcerer, but I'll be recording like and making guides from level 60 onwards. So we will be covering the whole level range, right? All the way up to like 800 or so. Yeah, I'm hoping to not have to use any runes. You'll have to use runes still on like low level. I think from level 120 when you unlock the Death Echo. At that point, you pretty much never will. You will always be able to hunt somewhere without runes, but until level 120, you'll still sometimes need runes. I think. Why you chose sorcerer instead of RP? Hey, I've got this place booked, my dude. I've got it booked. Thank you for the sub again, Palm. Appreciate it. Yeah, and you know what? So many people have been complaining over the past few days whenever I just go invade spots for a quick bounty on Bestiary. And the one time I book, someone's here anyway. Galba, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody. Dzięki Galba. 530 sorcerer invading. Why did I choose sorcerer instead of RP? Honestly, because I always wanted to play a sorcerer, but I just never enjoyed it. But now with the Death Echo on cursor, I finally enjoy it. I finally had a really good time on that last day of the test server. I hope they don't change it too much. And they still leave it as is and make it fun. I wouldn't be super like opposed to them lowering some of the numbers a little bit. Like if third stage of the test server was them like lowering the base damage of like some beams or the base damage of Death Echo, that's okay with me. I don't care so much about the power necessarily. I care about the experience. And I don't mean experience per hour. I mean like the experience, fun. The fun of playing a sorcerer. And finally, for the first time ever, I feel like I'll actually enjoy a sorcerer. So that's why that's why I think we're gonna do it. It's gonna be somewhat unique. I think of course there's not very many solo mage content creators. Probably will be more after the rebalance, but I figured I may as well try and get in there and fill that niche, as soon as possible. So currently the sorcerer is the plan. It's still feasible, still feasible that they totally ruin it over the next over stage 3. I hope not. I don't think so. If they do, then we'll go paladin. But right now, I really hope it's sorcerer, and that's what I'm going for. And yeah, any of you sorcerers, I actually updated Tibia Pal hunting for post rebalance. And if you look into the sorcerer section, which is now distinct from the druid, obviously, because now it's very, very distinct and they need to have their own little category, I've basically written down my plan of what I'm going to be testing. So if you're a sorcerer, you'd like to take a look, let me know if you think I've missed something. I already listed the mastery that I think you'll be using at each spot. And basically try to make it as comprehensive as possible. Yeah, we'll be going basically from scratch as soon as the rebalance hits. I would just say, should a sorcerer hunt? I really think that after the rebalance, I will carry a few runes with me, but I don't think I'll ever be using them as part of like a rotation. So honestly, I feel like the optimal play after the rebalance will be 0 runes, and you should just be using waves everywhere as soon as you can. And I think you can do that from level 120 once you've got the death rotation. And even earlier, right? Even once you have the fire wave, energy beam, and energy wave, you can already do the energy and fire rotations without using runes. It's not always feasible everywhere, the waves aren't that great on low levels, especially if the spot doesn't support it. But once you have Death Echo, you can always make for a nice spell only rotation. I guess we shouldn't call it waves anymore. We should just call it a spell rotation, right? Because the Death Echo, I think, is going to be the corner piece of every spell build for the sorcerer. And I guess it's not a wave, right? It's a spell. You think, Palm? Oh, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? I mean, I've put like some ideas for the levels, but of course, like as soon as I finish everything from a given level range, I'll be like trying to do the higher level stuff too. Make sure that just in case I can do it earlier, right? On that low level sorcerer that we'll be playing through. What I'm not looking forward to is redoing all the quests on the baby sorcerer as well. Having to do Explorer Society, all the Grimvale stuff, Blood Brothers, Inquisition, all that shit. But it is what it is, I suppose. Usurpers should be good. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. My feeling is that Usurpers aren't gonna be that good. I just feel like it's a bit of a strange area for solo sorcerer, even after rebalance. We'll see. Yeah, fuck runes, agreed. No more monk, not for the time being. I mean, we'll be redoing everything. Be redoing everything for every vocation. So honestly, I don't want to. I'm not planning on selling my monk, but I don't know when I will ever go back to it. To be honest, probably by the time I'd be going back to it, the game will change so much, and maybe there'll be a 6th vocation or like some new type of game world or something. I won't even want to play it. Not sure. We shall see. Hey, sustain. Virtue of FOB or chain? That's a question. List looks good. Cool. Don't update 6 vocation. Nah. Now you're jumping on sorcerer. Yeah, so the plan is to go sorcerer after rebalance, cover everything for the sorcerer, then probably switch to paladin, cover everything for the paladin. Then after the paladin, likely switch to the EK, cover everything. And then we'll be doing monk from scratch and druid from scratch as well. but that is fairly far out, so I don't really know which one we're going to do first. Yeah, we'll see how the druid is doing. We still don't know what's happening with the druid, right? Shema. Hey, Goldie. Have they set a time frame when rebalance patch will release? No. We can just deduce, right? I think 2nd of June is a good guess. Jump on Sorcerer, get him nerfed, then jump on the Paladin. May end up that way. It may end up that way. I have a question about the Sorcerer and the debuffs, yeah? Yeah, the debuffs are basically stances as well, except they call them auras. You have an aura of sap strength, an aura of exposed weakness, and yeah, you can just switch between them, and they just apply on hit. It's great. Very comfy. Yes, MS is going to be my main after the rebalance, assuming no major changes to the current rebalance setup. Do you play with PS5 Xbox controls? No. What, am I a filthy casual? How dare you? If you saw the CM post, they might look at the sorcerer damage. Yeah, I saw. I was a little nervous. I had a little nervous face when I read that. But yeah, ultimately, I'm not actually that bothered about the damage. Like, if the damage is too high and Tipsoft sees that the damage is too high, please nerf it on the test server. I'm okay with it. Nerf it before hitting live. Just don't nerf it after I've made 50 guides, okay? If they already think that the damage is too high, fine. Just nerf it, okay? That's fine. But do it on the test server, please. Please. Does it apply for all an area? No, it applies on hit. So if you have an aura of sap strength, whenever you deal damage to a creature, that creature gets that debuff. So you still have to be dealing damage and attacking all the creatures on screen to apply it. There will be changes to waves on cursor. I mean, they haven't confirmed that yet. I proposed it. I truly hope they do that. I haven't seen them confirm it. And Snow King, I said no, I do not use a controller. I use mouse and a keyboard. Like a true gamer. But you didn't like the wave. What changed? The Death Echo changed. You do the Death Echo is the corner piece of your rotations, allowing you to do every other spell basically around yourself and in a perfect harmony with your monster management. Like, it's hard to explain. But yeah, even though the waves still aren't great, because every other spell you can do like around you, and it's not a wave, it's like an explosion, it's way easier to manage the monsters so that you can wave effectively. It's very hard to explain, but like basically the Death Echo, the way it's implemented, actually makes the playstyle fine and fun, even with the waving. But I still wouldn't like a wave only playstyle. Without if I wouldn't do like fire wave and energy wave rotation. Each of my rotations for each element will be centered around Death Echo every 4 seconds, and then I'll just be using the other spells to fill the gap. Do you think Tipsoft watches your videos or streams? Yeah, I think so. I did see that Mirade said that they are looking at other places for feedback and stuff as well. Yeah, I imagine they probably watch my content, right? I imagine they don't speak Polish, they don't speak Brazilian, so what content is there for them to watch? German content, which is basically non-existent, right? And then English content, which I imagine they probably watch my stuff, right? I don't know how many more creators there are that they could potentially watch, right? Hello, Mirade. Any changes announced? No changes announced at the moment. Not that I saw. I think it was just Mirade, just generic CM post. Oh, good old Breadwood. R.I.P. Did you test Low Blow and Savage Blow charms on RP? The Diamond Arrows proc their crit charms only on the initial target. as you'd expect, just like elemental charms, right? The YouTube dubbing. Yeah, the YouTube dub, bro. High quality stuff. Where should I EXP level 110 EK with good skills? Colin Cults or Nightmare Scions in Kralos? And yeah, crit charms, by the way, I think in general, with the way the direction the game is going, I think low blow, savage blow are basically the go-to charms for basically everybody at the moment. I'm going to reset my charms after the rebalance on this sorcerer, and I'll go low blow, savage blow as my first two charms for sure. No more nerfs for monks. I'll never say never. Never say never. Could be back. Can we get our channel point rewards back? Yes. Yes, sorry, I forgot. Like, okay, let me do it now because I'll forget. Yeah, I turned them off for that YouTube recording last stream, right? Yeah, one sec. Let me just go into my channel settings on Kick and on Twitch. Okay. Okay, Kick is back. Now Twitch.
Hello.
And Twitch is back as well. All right. Thank you for reminding me, Palm. I have almost 3,000 charm points on my EK. What charm should I go for? Low blow and save for savage blow, then overpower after, I imagine. Because less AoE, more damage, yes. And that favors low blow and savage blow. Hard hitting, fewer target spells favor low blow, savage blow a lot more than elemental charms, right? And it feels like that's what's happening to basically every vocation, right? They don't like those big AoE runes that people were using. What's going to happen to RP after the rebalance? I don't really know. Like, I don't know. To me, it feels fine, but there's a lot of higher level players whom I generally trust that seem very unhappy with it. But it's hard to judge how much of it is people just, you know, complaining because their character, which was overpowered, is a little weaker, or how much, you know, they are being actually fair and truthful. It's kind of hard to judge. I don't know. At least on the level where I played it, which was 550, it felt really fine. Perhaps not so much on a higher level. The first charms on the EK right now recommended are low blow and savage blow and overpower, which is going to cost you 5,500 charm points for those 3 charms. So get grinding. Yeah, the stance seems very strong indeed, but that healing reduction is noticeable as well, though. I don't know. We'll see. Did I not get any elemental damage charms? I mean, they're fine. They're not the best for solo EK, at least. I don't know. If you're going to be team hunting a lot, then you can just go for elemental charms, I suppose. If you're solo EK, then you're better off just waiting for the crit charms. They're going to be a lot better. Especially with the Ixori Min after rebalance. Again, Ixori Min is another spell that will scale very, very nicely with crit charms, right? I wonder if they'll leave Exori Min as is, because it's so powerful. Low blow, then savage blow, then overpower. And make sure to go for at least tier 2 before getting the next one. Do not bother with tier 1 only. Hey up. I bet that's a paladin. I bet that's a paladin. I hope they increase range of Empress. Oh yeah, okay. That is I almost just forget about it because it's obviously needing to be changed. I mean, if they leave the Empress as is, oh my god. I don't know if it needs more range or just a different rework, but yeah, it's garbage. Hey, stop it, paladins. Stop it. Hey, Mimo. That cost is definitely going up today. Yeah, it's definitely too cheap. Definitely too cheap. What are my opinions on dodge, parry, and carnage? Carnage is terrible. Dodge is terrible. Parry has its uses, and it's very, very powerful, and it is a charm EK definitely will want, but not as one of the first ones. It is good further on in a few specific respawns, but I wouldn't recommend it as like one of the first charms. I do hope they add the waves on cursor. That would be nice. I feel like I've left the feedback at a very very good time. If it's ever gonna get added, it's either gonna be as part of this rebalance, or maybe they'll take a note and add as part of the summer update. That would be lovely. I think it fits more as a vocation rebalance thing though. My house on Nevia. I'll be getting rid of it at some point, because I'm definitely planning to jump ship. I'm really not enjoying Nevia. Like, Nevia is good for a few things, okay? Nevia is amazing for like finding people for bosses, finding people for access quests, right? I'm like looking for people for like Ingol access and Norks access and Arbor access. It's very easy to find people like that. And Nevia is great for that. But oh my god. I get so angry so often trying to do like some shitty bounty. I don't know. I was doing like poachers and hunters at the poacher cave and there was like 4 fucking people there. Like, it's just all the time everywhere. It's just full and full. I really hate that. I mean, I'm gonna focus on like getting all my accesses and like a team for my soul cores and buying my equipment, because the market is alive. As soon as I've got everything that I need, this sorcerer is being transferred off, probably to Kalanta, and that's where we're actually going to play the damn game, because Nevia is not really playable for a solo player, I think, especially if you like doing bounties. Yeah, I just don't even want to look at Palm because, it'll come to me having to record all of these places. I'll have to go down. I'll be real annoyed if they're all booked up, whatever. I mean, probably a month from now or so, I'll be transferring off. What level are you now, Palm? Because you were like, I swear you were like 200 or so last I checked, but that was a while ago. Did you buy Sorcerer or had this character already? I mean, I bought it like ages ago. I can someone check? I don't know if someone can check on guild stats. I think guild stats has the data when this character was transferred, because I bought it for what feels like years ago at this point to make Sorcerer guides. But honestly, I never got round to using it. So it's been on my account for like years, just waiting and waiting for its opportunity, and his time has finally come. Right. So yeah. But we will also be having a Sorcerer from scratch for all the lower level places. Traded 20. Oh, yeah. Back, okay, 2 years ago. And in 2 years, I've gotten 6 levels. There we go. Lovely. Big PG indeed. And out of those 6 levels, I think 5 were probably in like the last week worth doing bounties and weeklies. I think it's basically been just not touched for years. Good investment. And you know what's funny? I could probably sell him for more 2 years later than what I paid for him 2 years ago, just because Sorcerer stonks. It was a long-term investment, boys. Let me complete this. Gloof Blob, no, Brimstone Bugs. We're going to do Brimstone Bugs afterwards. I need those as well. This character is like proper garbage. I have like no charms. So I've got like so many charms to finish off. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on the next 2 weeks. And practicing my GFB throwing, you know? Enjoy the GFB size while it's like this, and, you know, never use them again after rebalance. We've got 65 more werefoxes to go, which I suppose will take about 8 more minutes. And then, yeah, then we're going to go for brimstones. Although I may want to just finish 6 deepling workers because I hate that I have so few to go. I may just go quickly to Hive and finish those off. What did I guy tag you in the Nevia spawn invader? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, because I had Gloof Anemone bounty yesterday, and I wanted to finish the Bestiary as well. So obviously the Oromond raid is a ridiculously stupid mechanic where you don't know when it's active, so you can't exactly book it. And when you have a bounty, it's not like you can again just sort of roll over it. So basically, for like 3-4 hours, every hour on the dot, I'd be checking the raid, and if it was active, I would hunt there to finish my Bestiary and bounty. And obviously the guy didn't like that. Kind of understandable. Then again, though, it is just one of those shitty mechanics, tipsoft implementations, unreliable shit where you don't know when it's going to be active. So I don't feel too guilty. Anyway, I've done the bounty now. I've done the Bestiary. So that guy will never see me there again. What did you just say? You plan just on charming for the next 2 weeks? Yeah, and complete charms and all the accesses that I need. I don't need that much. I need a full Ixupan access, Seacrests, and I want to start while I'm on Nevia still. I want to do 20 years of Cook, Ingol, Podzilla, and Ada probably not. And I want to do Cube as well. That's the stuff I have left to do before I transfer off of Nevia, and 200 Soul Cores. Once all of that is done, I'll be leaving Nevia. Kuznia turns toxic on crowded servers. Yeah. Especially since the bounties were added. I had no problem with a crowded server before bounties, but bounties and a crowded server is a real no-go for me. I can't take it. Hey, Fister, Filster. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you. Blacklist. Yeah, that... I'm going to get put on the blacklist, so I'll have to transfer off. Oh, no. I'll have to transfer off. Nah, look, I'm still trying not to be an asshole. And Oromond Raid is actually just one of those respawns. One of those rare respawns where I don't know. I kind of just blame Tipsoft for their implementation of it. If Oromond Raid was active every hour for 20 minutes, then I could just book it and do it. But because of the random part it's not really viable. So I kind of feel justified. Although, of course, the guy who claimed it probably doesn't think I'm justified. But regardless, I think I'm kind of justified in just getting my shit done. And there's no real alternative. But I'm not invading like regular respawns, right? I'm not if I roll like Vampire Bride and there's someone hunting Edron vampires, I'm not gonna invade, right? I'll just wait until it's free. Because I know I can just go there whenever, right? And I can try and book it, whatever. But Oromond Raid is not like that. How many points you got now? Points I don't have very many. I'm mostly using bounties as a means to complete bestiaries. So I invested in my my talisman primarily in bestiary, so it has 15% bestiary. So I'm using it to do bestiaries and also just get a little bit of variety and also progress the talisman a little bit as well. But I haven't done like very much, and I'm doing adept only because until the rebalance, I want to do the easy and the medium creatures mostly. And once rebalance hits, we're going to switch from easy and medium creatures to hard creatures. So then we're going to switch to master bounties. Yep, only adept for now. Because I'm mostly using it as a bestiary supplement, right? Did you at least offer the 1kk before invading? No, that was old Kuznia who wanted to stay on Nevia. Now that I'm transferring off of Nevia, I can burn the bridges. Who cares? Nah, look, I still don't think I'm toxic. I think that it's a toxic system. Blame the system. Don't blame the player, blame the game. There you go. Perfect excuse. And besides, Oromond Raid is huge. And when the raid is actually active, I honestly am of the opinion that two people can easily share it. So I was like invading, and both of us were basically having a full respawn. I was just going like round one side, he was going around the other side. So I don't really know what he's complaining about. It's not like he had no respawn or anything. Whatever. Are you gonna take time off work when changes hit live? Well, I was hoping for it. I actually have 2 weeks off starting on Monday. I never in my wildest dreams imagined that the rebalance would still not be live late May, but unfortunately it seems like I may miss it, right? Next week I'm going away Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I can't even participate in phase 3, unfortunately, because I'm not going to be here. But we will have streams on Monday and Tuesday. And then the week after that is when I have like a straight up full week at home. So I was really hoping that's when Rebalance would hit live, but it looks very, very unlikely at this point. So we'll probably just use it to do shitload of charming on this character and probably just make the updated guides for each vocation after the rebalance, suggested new rotations, wheels, gems, etc. It is a bit of a shame, but because I do have 2 weeks off, no, I'm not going to be taking more time off work for when the changes hit live. I'll probably just stream a little bit more in the evenings when my kids are asleep. Stop it, Venetu. Stop it. Or I'll have to play off stream only. How long will it take from 564 to 1k? 3 hours of green stamina? Well, that depends on depends on how you hunt. Do you team hunt library or do you solo hunt were lions? You kind of need the exp per hour in that calculation too. And yes, you can just use the calculator that Palm shared. Thank you. What do I expect? Some changes for Paladin for phase 3? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure because for me it seemed fine, but people seem to maybe healing and survivability is a little off. But then the thing is that now Paladin is in a place where he gets loads of power for free, but his healing and survivability suffers. So if they increase his healing and survivability, then they need to again hit his power. I don't know if people want that or not ultimately. Okay, we're done. Where Fox is done. Let's get out. Okay, so next up we have Brimstone Bugs. Oh, and also we have we bought the new prey slot, so let's choose something here. Deathling and Crazed Summer Vanguard. Actually really good. I'll leave those and then I'll use prey cards to bump those when it's time. You're going to play Sorcerer, not Paladin after the changes. Currently, that's the plan, yes. Currently, that's what it looks like. Things can still change in phase 3, though. Does the bounty talisman for the Bestiary only work when a bounty task for a specific creature is active? Of course. Every bonus is only active when the task is unfinished, right? Still active. It would be broken if it didn't work that way. Vacant position for Monk with Calculator. Yeah, and Taria streams could be good, I think. Yeah. Indeed. Well, you still got Artifact. Where it's going to be the third test server. It's going to be on Wednesday. On Wednesday. Claim Brimstone Bug Caves. Ah, bro. I'm invading, bro. I don't care. It's 100 brimstones, dude. It takes 6 minutes. If someone's dead, then we share in the respawn, bro. Grimely just taking 1 year break. Yeah, all right. What server do you play on? I play on Nevia. This character is on Nevia. It's not a server I'm particularly fond of these days. I think it's too popular. So I'm planning to complete my quest accesses and other things like that I need to do on Nevia while I'm here. And then I'll be transferring to a less populated server, which is almost certainly going to be either Kalanta or maybe I could be persuaded with Bravoria. But then again, I feel like Bravoria is going to get merged soon. So I kind of feel like it's pointless to go there. So maybe Kalanta. And I have my monk on Kalanta as well already. So, and I feel like I know quite a few people there. So White Were Tiger Bestiary while it's full moon. Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is that the plan for this sorcerer after rebalance is to immediately focus places that are for level 500. Because something like Were Tigers and whatever, I'm going to be recording on my, low level sorcerer once I get to it, to like level 300, 400. It's not going to be a recording from this guy. So instead, I'm going to be focusing on the recordings that are like level 500 that, I need to get ASAP. So, maybe after the rebalance, we're going to hit up like Isavi Goannas, Sphinxes, Warzone 7, these kind of level 500-ish places. Once I've done all those and recorded all those, then we are going to like complete Bestiaries for Oskayat and stuff. How long Deeplings? Done already. There you go. I only needed the 6. Another 15 points. Thank you very much. I do need to do the scouts and the guards at some point. I have 502 scouts and 673 guards. You'll have to do that at some point. If Grey Island is ever boosted, Quiafang. Yeah, at the moment I'm planning to go Sorcerer, yeah. Barrier Enjoyers are just bad at Tibia. You're asking for a ban, bro. Barrier is the shit. I hate death penalty in Tibia, bro. Anything that prevents dying, I love it. Working on his life, regular excuses. Okay, classic Grime Leech. He'll be back. He'll be back. All right, where are we going? Zao, right? Brimstones. I mean, you know what? I've come to actually enjoy Grime Leech a little bit. When Grime Leech, whatever his name was back then, when he first joined like my Discord, and you know the OG Grime Leech, I was not a fan, to say the least. He was a little unhinged. He still is a little unhinged, but I don't. I think he's grown on me though. Let's say that he's definitely grown on me, and I quite enjoy his unhinged personality. And you know what? Now that I think of it, we also need Soul Eaters. So maybe we do the Brimstone task and then switch to Soul Eaters. What do you think about Monk after rebalance? I want to return to Tibia, but I'm playing. Yeah, sounds great. I am. There's nothing going wrong with the Monk. It's, if anything, you know, it's getting some solid options for like mid level up. Yeah, I think Monk by all means is still a very, very fun vocation, especially if you haven't played it much before and you're not bored to death of it like I am after playing it for like 14 months straight. Avalanches, yeah. Would you be using here? I believe Brimstone's 110% to both fire and ice, but you also have the lizards here. So yes, avalanches. Nah, avalanches are better against the lizards. I'm pretty sure brimstones are equal to ice and fire, so it makes no sense, does it? The switch. Weapon proficiency? Whatever. What proficiency do I even have, dude? I have weapon proficiency 5 now. Okay, all right. I don't care. 1,300 MS went for 145 KTC. Lovely. I am somewhat considering whether I don't want to sell my monk. I don't know. I feel like I could get a lot of money for it. And the thing is, I don't know when I will go back to it. Like, I love that character. I don't know. I kind of also want to hit level 1k on it. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe get it to that 1k, yeah. Painted because it's not started from scratch because it's rooked. High standards, Latiso. High standards. Yeah, the Grime Leech one. Oh my god, is Grime Leech actually selling out as well? But the thing is, though, Veneto, if I was to play Monk again, it would be to like record everything from scratch. And if I did want to do that, I don't want a character with 132 fists. You know, I've learned my lessons. I am forever condemned to use average skills on my characters, or average to high, but not extremely high because people complain too much. And yeah, that's why I don't want a character with 132 skill. Get more viewers. the viewers on through live streaming don't convert to that much more income compared to more YouTube subscribers and more YouTube YouTube viewers, which made me realize I just realized 1 second, I haven't seen any YouTube comment in my multi-chat. I'm wondering if my YouTube connection is broken. Yeah, I haven't seen a single YouTube comment. Let me just check out the YouTube stream for 1 second. I wonder if I'm just not ignoring all the YouTube comments. Let me have a look. Yeah. Yeah, there's tons of YouTube comments. But I'm not seeing any of them in my multi-chat. Okay, people on YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing your comments, which is why I've not been responding to anything. And I've only just realized. Why am I not seeing them? 1 second. Filter. I don't know why it's not showing me YouTube comments. I'm sorry, YouTube people. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see your comments today. Yeah, I know. You guys can see it on screen. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. But the actual multi-chat that I have integrated in my OBS seems to not see the YouTube comments. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I feel terrible whenever I do ignore comments. Ay. Amateur hour. Amateur. Yeah, it's a different service, though. It's a different service which is responsible for showing the comments here, and a different service which I have in my OBS that actually shows them to me to read out. It's a little too small on the screen for me to read on the chat in the output. Get a third monitor. I should get a third monitor. Then I could totally read it. Tibia vision with the chat. Yeah. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me see if I can figure it out. Let me see if I can refresh that multi-chat widget, because I do want to see the people from YouTube. I'm sorry. I've not been ignoring you on purpose, okay? We're experiencing technical difficulties of sorts, okay? 1 sec. Let me just see if I can like refresh the widget. Get one employee for each chat to read comments back to you. Yes, of course. Widgets, chat overlay. I've got the chat overlay. Can I add it as a doc? 1 second. No. You think it's possible to full-time stream for you? Yeah, I think so. I think I could full-time stream and probably get by. But based on my income through streaming and extrapolating to doing it full-time, it wouldn't be better for me than working and doing a bit of streaming on the side, if that makes sense. It's better for me to keep my job and stream a little bit and have like full-time work benefits than it would be if I quit my job and was doing streaming. Of course, I'd have a lot more fun doing streaming and gaming and whatever. Probably not so good for my future prospects, but it would be more fun. So I'm not saying it's never going to happen. Maybe it will, but it wouldn't strictly be better than just having a pretty good full-time job. Why can I not see the YouTube comments? Let me Google it. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working today. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry, YouTubers. I don't know. I don't know if I can figure out that quickly. Stream Elements is messing me up. I'll try and look over onto the chat here every now and then for any YouTube comments. So I'll try and pick them up every now and then. But unfortunately, I may miss some YouTube comments. I apologize. I hope it's gonna fix itself by next time. Next time we stream. Have you considered applying to Chipsoft for a job? Yeah, I'm not interested in relocating to Germany. Yeah, that's the main thing. Or learning German. If you could get a remote job at Chipsoft, I'd consider it at least. As it is, it's not even a consideration with the requirements. And if you start working on something, joy fades away with time. Exactly right. Right now, like I look forward to having time to do a stream. I have fun, right? I find the time. We hop on for 3 hours. We play Tibia. I make a little bit of money on the side. It's great. It's fun, right? If it becomes your job, yeah, I do worry it's you lose a bit of that enjoyment, you know? And you feel like you need to be doing it all the time and stuff to like make your money and stuff. And then it's less about the fun and more about the money. And then it's like, oh, nobody donates, nobody subs or whatever. And you're like, oh, I'm wasting my time. You know, you'll be like upset and everything. I don't know. I'm not saying never say never. Maybe if I like save a bunch of money and I don't need to work anymore, then I'll quit my job and then just do a bit of streaming. But or I get laid off. You know, AI replaces me. Could happen. You know, then we'd try full time streaming, but not for now. I'm a hybrid of a software engineer and financial modeler. The closest job spec to what I do would be a quant. If you Google quant, that's the closest to what I do for work. I do use Claude. Yes, well, we have GitHub Copilot at work, and we can choose whichever model we want within that. Of course, I use Claude. After rebalance, is it purely solo? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing purely solo. The only time that I'm ever expecting to do some team hunt on this channel, and I think we will, is I think at some point as for a few month project type content, I would like to start on a new server with 3 other players for like a straight up good quality team hunt with like 3 players who know what they're doing and play well and just go for like top 1 on a server for like the first 6 months or so, you know, get that first Pharaoh, whatever. I would like to do that at some point. I expect that's going to happen maybe in 2027, maybe 2028, whenever I've managed to find the right team and have the time to commit to something like that. Will you stream the voice comms? No, I do not. I do not enjoy streaming voice comms. I do not enjoy watching streams that have voice comms, and I always my primary belief or the way I make content always is making content that I myself would enjoy. It's the only way I know that it's at least of some sort of quality to somebody, if it's of high enough quality for myself. And I do not enjoy watching streams with voice comms when people are team hunting. I think it's really impersonal and it really takes away from the stream experience. And a lot of the experience I try to provide when I stream is the interaction with the viewer, picking up all the questions, YouTube not included today. And, really being there for the chat. And I feel like if you team hunting with voice comms on, it's just not there, right? So if I ever do that kind of team hunt setup, I would have to, it would have to be understood by the team that I would rarely be on the actual voice comms. So I probably couldn't be the druid or the EK because they have to be on the voice comms. I would probably have to be like either the paladin or the sorcerer or the monk. And then I don't really need to be on the voice comms, right? Of course, voice comms can be fun, right? If you have a group of people who are all funny and friendly and whatever, and they chatting shit and having fun, it can be fun as well. It's just not exactly my content, my type of content. So I just don't think that's going to be the content I make. That's not to say it will never happen, but I don't think it's something that I would like to do as a rule, right? I wouldn't like doing that like every day, and it's just always voice comms, whatever. Maybe once every 2 weeks or something as an exception, right? If when we checking like a new respawn or something, I don't know. Your bounty is done? Oh yeah, I think it was probably done a while ago. Thank you, indeed. You're right. I think MS will have a lot more respawns after the rebalance for these. I played a bit of EK on the last test server, and it feels fine, but EK is not changing a whole lot. It's just a little better, but it's nothing drastically different. Okay, I don't think I need any of these bounties. I think I've got the Barbarian done. The Cook, I am never, ever going to do on Nevia. Not even going to attempt it, and I don't think I want to do the Energy Elementals. Okay, so we can roll over this one. Blue Blobs I've got done. Vampires I've got done. Minotaur Mages I think I don't have done. Oh, no, I do. I have Minotaurs done as well. I could theoretically go for the Vampires and then go for the Vampire Bride with it. But I don't really want to. I think we roll over it. If that was like a silver or a gold, maybe we'd do it. Glove Blob is not bad, but I have it done, so I'd keep going. Vampire Viscount. Broken Shaper. Monk. Is there anywhere to realistically do 195 regular monks on 1x respawn? Falcon Castle? Probably not, right? Fuck it, probably not. I may take the Vampire, though, and go and finish the Vampire Brides. But for now, I'm actually going to go... If Soul Eater Mountain is free, we're actually going to go and we're going to do Soul Eaters. Because, I'm right here. I need 200 of them. I think that's like 10 minutes, and I'll be done with the Bestiary here, so may as well. Dark Cathedral? I don't think there's very many in Dark Cathedral. Isle of Kings? Yeah, maybe Isle of Kings, but I've never done regular monks in Isle of Kings. I don't actually know like the spawn points and stuff. But maybe Isle of Kings. But I don't really know. How many charm points? We have just over 5,000. Going for 7.7 thousand. That's how many I want for like my base setup. My base setup that I want on this sorcerer is low blow, savage blow, overflux, freeze, zap, and poison. I'll be happy with that. That requires 7.7 thousand charm points. On top of that, eventually I'd like to get, enflame, curse, and Curse and Flame and Divine Wrath as well, the other elementals. But that can wait a little bit, you know? Soul Eater. Oh, yeah, you're going to get Soul Eaters on Deep Benuta. True. But you know what? I'm just kind of here. I kind of want to finish it just so it's like ticked off. But you're right. I will have to go to Deeper Benuta as well, where I would finish those. But whatever, you know? No dodge? No. No dodge. I'm really annoyed about this YouTube thing. Why is this multi-chat not? I even have... There's a little filter and it has a little YouTube icon. You know what? Let me see if the connection to YouTube is working as properly. Let me just have a quick check. Should all be working. No idea. No idea. Never mind. Never mind. Poison over wound? Yeah, I think so. I prefer poison, for sure. Where do you use wound as a sorcerer? I mean, I'm sure that there's a couple of places you can use it, but it's not better than poison. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I thought Hazork. I see that you've asked a question on both on YouTube and on Twitch. You had me excited for a minute, thinking that finally YouTube's integrated, but you just went over to Twitch and asked on Twitch. Well, that's one way to do it. Yeah, people on YouTube. I guess if you want me to definitely try and see your question, better to ask on Twitch or Kick today. I'll try and figure it out for next stream. How to get better at MS? Constantly feels like I'm always one step away from dying. Yeah, 1.4 rot where hyenas is pretty low. On the other hand, though, level 226 is somewhat low for where hyenas these days. I don't know what your equipment is like, but if you want to go where hyenas today before the rebalance, at 226, you probably need to have like death protection imbuements and maybe an earth protection imbuement or something, because yeah, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I don't know. It's hard to give you any tips. You'd have to record like gameplay and share it in my Discord or something, and then someone would help you. Hey, Antaria, hello. On the Tibia Power website, in the hunting tab, hunts no longer show EXP and loot values. Yes, that's true. And have you read the disclaimer on top of the hunting site? Hickey? See what it says on top. But you're like the third person who raised it, so I'm clearly going to have to make that disclaimer a little larger and a little more obvious. Do you think druids are the weakest on the test server when it comes to solo hunting? Yep. Definitely. Disclaimer is too small. Yes. Clearly. I need to like give it a special color or something. Stop it.
Ja, babze, a ty chuju, babze. Kurwa, bober.
Sorcerer second? I don't know. I think historically, Druid and Sorcerer were at the bottom of the solo hunting, and then you had EK Monk and Paladin at the top. Somewhat, you know, the mages were like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, and the other 3 vocations were like 8 out of 10. And I think after the rebalance, basically Sorcerer joins the other 3 vocations right at the top as like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I think who you prefer out of Paladin, Knight, Monk, and Sorcerer after the rebalance is primarily just a personal preference rather than a stylistic difference on the... Like, I don't know. I think it's just basically personal, what you like, right? You don't have to like everything. I think all 4 of those are going to be very, very good for solo hunting. What is the first worst? First worst is the Druid. Allowing in streamer is getting more and more expensive. Blame your fellow viewers for abusing it. I don't think so, Pietro. I don't think so. I literally went like Savvy Surfers on the test server on this Sorcerer on like level 500, and I was like blasting, and it's like as open of a respawn as you can get with like ranged creatures and everything. So of course, the Sorcerer will excel at like these sort of tight-ish straight corridors where beams and the echo will hit very, very well, but it doesn't mean that he's going to suck everywhere else. Something like that. Yeah, but what's important when you rank stuff like this, PRK, SCA, you also need to sort of visualize the difference between each position, right? Even if I agree with you, then the difference between place 1 and place 3 on your list is like very small, but the difference between place 3 and place 4 is massive, right? That's the problem, that the druid is just so much behind the other vocations, because it's okay. Someone always has to be worst, right? That's a given. Someone has to be worst, and if druid needs to be worst, that's okay. But the gap between druid and all the other vocations is just too large, right? Hello, Makor, Siemanko. You need to get staff add-on for your MS outfit. Yes, I'm planning on it. I was actually I was reading about it yesterday, and you need to go to Dark Cathedral to get it started. And I was annoyed because I went to Dark Cathedral to do some bounties the other day, and I didn't start it. So now I have to go to Dark Cathedral to speak to an NPC. But yes, I'm planning to get the wand, right? I mean, you do need to get the wand. I'm not getting the hat. Don't talk to me about the hat. But I'll get the wand, Paladin has to be nerfed now. Well, you'd be surprised if you went into my Discord server Paladin channel, because it's full of tiers. It's full of takes where he's like the worst vocation in the game right now. Now I don't know how much I believe it. Maybe there's something to it, or maybe it's just Paladins coping because they don't want to be nerfed, but I don't know. The target switching on the Paladin, I think with the barrage is gonna be a thing for team hunting. I think for solo hunting, it's just so hard to time it right with the right monster when the monster's all running around when you're kiting. I think I don't think I'm going to bother too much with the barrage target switching min-maxing when solo hunting. I think it's like very, very high skill ceiling. And of course, you can try to do it to hit more and more targets. But I think with the way monsters move so fast, I think it's going to be too hard to do effectively. So I'm probably just going to be going for like a corner monster always with the barrage, and just accept that I'm not going to get like optimal usage out of it when solo hunting. But for team hunting, when you've got static box monsters, then of course that target switching on Paladin will be fairly easy and definitely worthwhile. Quickly, somebody hack Larret. Quickly, quickly. Can't wait to stop using runes. Me too, bro. Me too. I really wish that, you know what? I don't understand why Tipsoft just doesn't leave the test server open. If they don't want too much feedback and they want to focus on the feedback already left, then close the forum, right? Close the forum. People can't leave any more feedback. Why didn't they just leave it open over the weekend so people can, actually test in peace without there being 900 people online destroying everything, right? I'd love to go on a test server now for 30 minutes to test something. And, if Tipsoft doesn't want to be overwhelmed with feedback, they want focused feedback from 2 days only, then just close the forum, right? It's really, I don't know, really bizarre. You don't want rotations with E-Wave? Well, E-Wave is very powerful, though. Very, very powerful. I think once you get the upgraded E-Wave, it's probably all right. The bigger size E-Wave, you know? Not Monk anymore? No, I've been playing Monk for like over a year, so it's time for a change after the rebalance. Got to remake every guide. Got to remake 600 YouTube videos, bro. Do I think they're moving too fast on this rebalance? Well, you're the first person who's ever said that. Oh, they're just rushing through it. Rushing it, bro. They measure sentiment, not actual feedback. Yeah. True. I mean, they did have like that set of changes ready to go after like 1 day of testing. So they probably had all those ready. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what goes inside Tipsoft headquarters. Any changes in solo meta? Everybody other than Druid is going to be fun and powerful solo, the way it looks. Yeah, keep coping, Luquinho. Keep coping. Bigger SOB? Do you mean FOB? Yeah, you love that respawn. 8KK Raw is yours soon. No problem. I mean, I will play we'll have a Druid playthrough at some point as well. But it'll be a while. It'll be a while. I mean, look, they may still like nail it, right? Make it really, really good. Surely, phase 3 is where it's going to be at. You're all going to come out wanting to play Druid after stage 3. Surely. Thank you, Palm. Phase 3 copium. What do I think about Paladin's new skills? So honestly, I preferred it in week 1. I don't like this double box all that much. It's not as comfy. I would have rather had the week 1 version, but maybe a little bigger. For example, like this double box is not as comfy to use as the single area was. I preferred that when I was playing, but it's all right. Bounty? No, I don't have a bounty. I'm just finishing. I'm just finishing the bestiary here. I need 100 more. Be done in a few minutes. I'm not focusing all that much. I'm focusing a mixture of bounties and bestiaries here. In fact, do let me choose a bounty though. Like, oh yeah, I think we said we're gonna do the vampires, right? What time is it? 3:30. Yeah, we'll probably do the vampires. I don't have that many rerolls. Let me book vampires. I bet it's taken. Vampire. Yep, it's taken until 4 p.m. Let me book it from 4 at least. Bloody Nevia, dude. All right. Message him, maybe he's not there. I'm gonna go and I'll just invade. I don't message. Just for vamp teeth? No, we have vampire brides to finish. 222 left. Where do I live there? It's 3:30 p.m. Poland, Central Europe. Ah, yes, we did get the event done. Antica failed. Classic Antica, dude. Ugh. You know what? Let me see if I can open up. If I can grab my YouTube stream. Can I pop out the chat somehow? Pop out chat. I can pop out chat. Okay, here we go. 1 second. I can get the YouTube chat in a separate widget, in a separate doc. Let me add a YouTube chat doc. 1 second. Where is it? Uh-huh. Okay, I can kind of see it. I kind of now have a separate YouTube chat. Okay. I can just about see some YouTube comments as well now. Not ideal, but my wife and I are thinking whether to continue EK plus ED, but Sorcerer has me interested. How annoying is it to wave? It's a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. With the thing is the Death Echo spell that really makes waving feel much more manageable. You should try it. You should check it out. It's not. It's I hate waving, but I really think with Death Echo it's actually doable. EK or Monk for farming after rebalancing. Probably still Monk. How's Sorcerer so far? Good. I mean, I'm playing on live servers now, so I don't like it. I don't like the Sorcerer on live servers. As you can see, I'm just running on Throne GFBs, which is just garbage playstyle, but it is what it is. Let me throw a wave. There we go. Oh, I'm just waiting for the rebalance. We're just doing bestiaries and bounties and quest accesses for the next 2 weeks, or however long it takes for the rebalance to finally get here. You should be able to put it together if you Streamlabs add-on on OBS. I'm using the Stream Elements add-on, and it should have my Stream Elements is connected to YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and it always worked. I always had it in a single multi-chat window, and it always worked. Today, I can't see the YouTube comments in there. I don't know whether Stream Elements has some integration issue with YouTube at the moment, and that's why I'm not seeing it. But yeah, it's just a little broken on there. So I had to get an extra chat widget open directly from YouTube. It's not perfect though. It's a little small and stuff, but oh well. How do you see the one proficiencies now? Still Lion into Soul Taint into Coil. Yep. I think nothing changes. From when I had a quick look, I don't think anything changes. I think you still go, Lion. As a sorcerer, you go Lion, Tainter into Coil, indeed. Is it free, the Stream Elements? Yep, it's all free. Multi-stream free, yep. I multi-stream with Stream Elements live. All free. But you are the one hosting it, right? So you need to have enough of an internet bandwidth to basically host multiple streams at the same time. If you have enough internet bandwidth, then yeah, Stream Elements is free. Crypt, yeah, you can use Crypt Bile for that self explosion build. It is a bit of a meme though. It's not actually going to be that good. Yeah, look into Stream Elements live, and integrate that with your OBS. And yeah, it's working perfectly for me. Honestly, I'm really happy. And this is the first time I can see that the multi-chart for some reason is not seeing YouTube. Real the Breed? Never heard of it. Don't know what that even is. All right, so we have vampires at 4:00. So we have 28 minutes until then. We'll be done with the Soul Eaters in like 3 minutes. So we have about 25 minutes to do something. Maybe I'll finish the 20,000 miles, 20 mile. You can go vamps now. I just left. Ah, excellent. E, 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 lovely name. All right. So vamps is free. Excellent. Streamer privilege. Streamer privilege, bro. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, we can go straight there then. A bit sad the thing with Pirates Online didn't work. Oh, okay. So this is who you are, Kishon and Pico. Honestly, the Pirates Online not free. Someone says I'm claiming vamps. Well, I guess you'll have to KS me, Aris, Katon. The Pirates Online. I was a little I found it a little hard to understand the admin from it. Like I didn't feel like I got very much information about it. So this Pirates Online game, someone reached out for me to like check it out and potentially advertise it, but like I struggled to really get enough information from the admin about the game, and I didn't really see much about it on the internet and stuff. So I don't know, it just didn't work out. He's a bit retired. Okay. Well, never mind. Never mind. How'd you manage to control being healed, not get boxed, turn in place wave, target click rune, etc.? Yeah, I guess it is practice, right? I mean, there's two parts to it. One is practice. The second is actually having an efficient, effective hotkey setup for you, right? I mean, it shouldn't feel like a lot of work if you have the right hotkey setup. Honestly, if you have a scuffed hotkey setup and you're crossing your arms all over the freaking place, then yeah, I mean, it is a lot to do, but you need to have a good setup, and then it's just practice and skill. Right, 10 Soul Eaters left. I think we can probably just start heading out now. This took longer than I expected. Maybe I wasn't all that focused. I thought it was like 1,000 per hour here. Most people still use arrows and not WASD. I think saying most people is a gross exaggeration. I would definitely say most people use WASD. And some still use arrows. I think it's rather the other way around. Need two more Soul Eaters. Of course, they're killed here. Arrows and numpad and no mouse. Ugh, why am I doing adept on bounty? It's because I'm just doing some bestiaries, easy and medium bestiaries, and I'm only doing the adept bounties as a way to progress a little bit of the bounty points, but also to just help me with the bestiary. Right, I have 15% bestiary on the talisman, so it helps me complete those bestiaries a little faster. After the rebalance, we're going to be going for hard monsters and master bounties. All right. I hope someday they'll put smart walk on W and D. Yeah. I feel like it might mess you up though if you're not careful. If you take a diagonal when you shouldn't be. You'd be surprised how few people use WASD. Maybe we do a poll. Maybe we do a poll between free chats and see if people use WASD or arrows. How about that? We've got a few hundred people watching across the free streams. I'm sure we could get a pretty good sample size. Let me get to Depot and we'll see if we can run a poll. All right, let me run a poll real quick. I don't have a good website for poll running. Let me see if we can find something. Poll online. Let's see. The poll maker I didn't like when I made it when I tried it last time. Draw poll, that one sounds title. Arrow keys versus WASD. Answer 1. WASD Giga Chad. Option 2, arrow key Boomer. Allows selection of multiple options. No. Require participant names. No. 1 vote per IP address. Block VPN users. Nah. I think that's it, right? I think that should be okay. Your admin rights. Okay, is this the link? I think that's the link. Let me send it to everybody on all chats. I think that should work. This is the first time I'm ever creating a poll. So let's vote and check the result. Here we go. Vote truthfully, please. There you go. Looks like about a 75-25 split. Approx. I think that's a, significant sample size, right? Where is my numpad option? Oh. Numpad. Let's just assume there would be like 5% numpad people as well then, okay? People are trolling. People are not trolling. Come on. Not with so many votes. Is Spiritual Outburst the way as a level 300 monk? No. You should go for Ascetic tier 1 on level 300 monk. All right. It looks pretty like a 75-25 split. So there you go. I think it's a fairly I would if you asked me before we ran this poll, this is probably pretty close to what I actually have expected. So yeah, a non-negligible part of the community still uses arrow keys by all means, or like numpad. But I do think most people are in fact on the WASD setup. Okay, I like that poll though. I like that one more. I think straw poll. Let me add that to my bookmarks before I forget. I like that one. If we ever run a poll again, I think that one was good. All right, I've got it saved for any future polls. Hey, how long? Hey up, Luquinho. ESDF. ESDF. All about which poll to use. Nah, it's not a democracy, bro. This is not a democracy. I'm sorry if you were under the impression that this stream is somehow a democracy. We run what I want to run, bro. And I like straw poll. Iron Fist, indeed. Indeed. This half keyboard still waits for a test ride. I've actually increased my gaming keyboard. I went from having a 65% keyboard to like an 80% keyboard because I do like having the F keys. I've decided I had a keyboard without F keys for a few years, but I've decided that I actually like them. Show wheel? Oh god, I mean this is some scuffed ass wheel. We have I don't know, Beam Mastery T1, I guess, even though I don't I don't even use it. And we have enlarged area of sap strength, even though I don't use it. Ignore the wheel. Ignore the wheel. Don't look at the wheel, okay? I don't know what the hell. I'm hunting easy monsters for bestiaries. I really don't care about the wheel here. I think we need skeleton warriors. So yeah, I may as well kill everything on the way. How do people go northeast, for example, on arrow keys? I think it was numpad, right? I think when I used to play arrow keys, decades ago, I think numpad, right? It was like numpad buttons like 7, 9, 1, and 3 or going diagonally or with shift, something like that. Yeah. Mouse clicks. Oh God, no. Christian, why did you stop playing Monk? Because I've been playing it for 14 months. It's not been changed all that much in the rebalance. So it's time for some fresh content, right? It will probably be back to the Monk at some point, but for now we're on the Sorcerer. All right, we need 222 Vampire Brides. I'm not sure how fast that's gonna go. I think Paladin will come calling after the Sorcerer, of course. You think Tipsoft will release a new vocation? I mean, in the far future, I think they will. Yeah, I think a 6th vocation is coming. I only care about the brides, so I can basically ignore everything else. I'm pretty sure the respawn won't keep up though. I'm expecting a 6th vocation. Yeah, a lot of changes that they made recently, plus the success of the monk. I think it's very, very likely that they will release a 6th vocation, maybe 7th, 8th. Is Sorc the best? It's gonna be a lot of fun after the rebalance. This is the live version of Tibia, so it's not very good here for me. But I do think it's going to be very, very good after the rebalance. So we're just doing some bestiaries, some quest accesses, and preparing him for after the rebalance, Ascetic T2 is still the way on a 520 monk? Yes. Currently, you only switch from the ascetic wheel once you have tier 2 chained penance. But I think that's like 625 points or something. Is monk hard to play? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it's terribly hard to play. It's probably a little harder than like EK and Paladin, but it's not much hard. I think the only reason people had trouble with it is because it was a new vocation, so a new playstyle, and they've been playing the old vocations for 20 years, so having something new was more difficult. But I actually don't think it's all that difficult. Is this Sorcerer shield thing any good? I'm not sure what you mean. Not sure what you mean by a Sorcerer shield thing. Are you planning on swapping between which vocation you are doing guides? We're going to be doing one-to-one, one by one, start to finish. So I'm planning to basically play Sorcerer for the next 4 to 6 months. Then I'm going to play Paladin for 4 to 6 months. Then I'm going to play EK for 4 to 6 months. Basically, it's going to take a lot of time, right? You know what I'm going to do? I think the respawn's not keeping up. So what we're going to do, we're going to also focus the Skeletal Warriors. So we're going to clear Vampires. And then we're going to run out and clear the Skeleton Warriors. And then just quickly run back down while killing Skeleton Warriors. May as well, right? The respawn is not keeping up anyways. Efficiency, boys. Efficiency. Watch and learn. 2 and 1. Starting low level. I'll be starting from the very scratch for everything. I do have like mid-level characters that I will eventually, switch to. So for example, I have my level 550 Paladin that, is very loved and I've had him for a very long time. So I've also got a level 8 Paladin and a level 90 Paladin. So I'm going to like start with those to cover like from 0 to 400. But then once I've covered like everything up to like level 400, I'm then going to switch onto the 550 Paladin and take over everything from like 500 plus, right? And same with the Sorcerer. Bro is doing seasons. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Kind of like that, yeah. Hopefully not many nerfs, Next vocation will be melee. I actually think next vocation is going to be a mage type vocation. I think we have, I don't know. I would actually not expect a melee vocation. I would expect a more, low HP mage type vocation, like like a summoner or battle mage of sorts. I don't know. I would expect a mage actually of some sorts. Or like I don't know. I would actually expect it. I would expect a vocation that will get 5 health per level, basically, and the rest I don't know. But I would actually expect a low health type, squishy vocation. Wouldn't it kill the MS? I mean, that's. But yeah, without knowing anything about the 6th vocation, I mean, I don't know. Any soft summons would be annoying to play. That depends purely on implementation. Permanent summons, I agree, but you could easily make like temporary summons of sorts. They could just change some logic. You could have spells which are like summon weapon. Like if you've played Path of Exile, it could be like animate weapon type spell that's like temporary. So for example, you could go, instead of having like AoE spells, like say the Sorcerer has waves and stuff, you could have a spell, for example, on a 12-second cooldown that summons some sort of animated weapon for 4 seconds, and that weapon just smacks like every 0.5 second a nearby enemy or something and then disappears after 4 seconds. That would class as a minion, but I wouldn't exactly feel like a minion build, right? And you could just have many different spells that you could rotate like that to choose, which spell to cast given your situation. You'd maybe have some ultimate summon that would come in and cast a UE or something. Like it doesn't have to be. You're all thinking of like a summoner. You're thinking of like from like Diablo 2, like a necromancer with like 20 skeletons, or from Path of Exile, a necromancer with like 20 skeletons which take up the whole screen. That I agree is infeasible in Tibia with the discrete grid of squares on the map. They can't overlap and stuff. So I do think it would be very, very clunky if you had tons. I think if a summoner ever comes to Tibia, it's going to be one that's going to have temporary minions only. Or maybe he'll have like one permanent minion to choose from, and then like a bunch of temporary ones that he's basically are more like spells. Like, for example, in Path of Exile, you have an ability that's called Summon Raging Spirits, and it's technically a minion, but it's more like a just spell that summons these exploding skulls which run at minions and explode. And yeah, technically that's a minion, and that's the sort of minion spell that I could imagine being in Tibia. For example, you summon a bunch of things that are like little suicide drones, and they just run at the nearest enemy, get to them, and explode, right? That could easily work in Tibia, right? Technically still a summoner, So yeah, I do think summoner can work. It's just not going to be a summoner that people classically think of, 20 zombies, 30 ghouls, that type of setup. I don't think we'll ever get that in Tibia. And what the actual implementation would be entirely up to Tipsoft and infinite wisdom and infinite imagination. T2 chain or T2 ascetic. If your option is T2 chain or T2 ascetic, I would go for T2 chain. There's plenty of ways to make a minion build work. It just, again, I just don't think it would just require a little bit of imagination. And yeah, it wouldn't, I don't think it would ever be like a mass summon build where you have like 20 minions following you permanently, right? I don't think that's ever going to happen, which is a shame because that is the exact type of minion build that I personally like, having an army of summons who just destroy everything in your path. I just don't think that really works for Tibia though. Do I think that EK is going to get some more damage? I don't think so. I think the new Exori Min is a way of giving EK some more damage because it's pretty crazy. I don't really think they're going to get more. Silver Medusa and Were Tigers. Surely I can get one of them free on Nevia. Is it full moon? I think it's not full moon anymore, so you might be able to get tigers. And Medusas have like free respawns that you can do them at technically, right? You can do it, Palm. Both taken. Ah, yeah. This is why I'm not long. I'm not long for this server. I'll do my bits that I want to do that Nevia is good for, like doing access quests, and then I'm out. I sure I'm out. Yo, actually, I don't even have Viscount done. Yo, I thought I had Viscount done. Never mind. I also don't even have Viscount done. Okay, that's kind of perfect then. I thought he wasn't on my bestiary tracker, so I assumed he was done, but never mind. I actually need to do the vampire Viscounts too, so it's kind of perfect. That's better than I thought. That should be 50 points. I only realized because I had a little pop-up here on the bottom of my screen which said the Bestiary Talisman contributed to your, double Bestiary proc. And then I realized that only happens if you don't actually have the Bestiary completed. So, well, here we go. That's perfect. What, you done with Kalanta? No. I'm going to be transferring to Kalanta eventually. This character will go to Kalanta once I'm done with Nevia. I love Kalanta, dude. Oh my god, compared to Nevia for bounties. What about Dia? I don't know. I don't know much about Dia. I haven't heard any good or bad things necessarily. I do like Kalanta because I've got my monk there and can't say a bad word. So you finished Owen yesterday. Ah, congrats. How many boss points are you on now in Taria? Must be a lot. With the new update, T2 Ascetic or FOB Augment 1? I don't know. The wheels after the update, I don't really know yet. Sanctuary is looking very good, though, so you're probably going to be going in the lower right quadrant as soon as you can get Sanctuary, which will also be the FOB quadrant. 11,000 boss points, nice. I'm glad I'm not into boss. And every time I listen to boss hunters, I'm glad I am not cursed with the desire to do bosses. Sorry, was an ad on a new server. Which vocation would you choose for solo playing? Paladin or Sorcerer? Knight and Monk on a new server are too gear dependent. Druid sucks, which leaves you with Paladin and Sorcerer. They are much more easygoing with the gear. Like on Paladin, you just get your Rift Bow and you're good for a long time. You get your Bow of Destruction, you're good, right? The rest of the gear is mostly nice to have. And same with Sorcerer, right? You get your Jill set early on, you get your Yalahari mask, you get your Dwarven legs, and you're fine, right? Monk and EK are too gear dependent, and Druid sucks. So there you go, Paladin or Sorcerer. If Druid solo play is improved somewhat, then Druid will be fine as well, because he's also not that gear dependent. The Rift Bow, I mean, on a new server though, it's easy to get. That's all, right? You get your Rift Bow, and then at 200 you get your Destruction Bow. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what weapon you use until level 200, really. Whatever, right? You can use composite horn bow. It really not a big deal, right, for a paladin. Just give me the booking system from Nevia to any other less populated server and I'm in. Well, the problem is it's not that simple, because the booking system only exists because of the popularity of the server. You don't need a booking system like on Nevia when there's 50 players online, right? So doesn't quite work. I mean, no, the small servers don't have this sort of difficult to manage and expensive to manage booking system, because there's no need for it. ED now is good to hunt solo with Fork Wave. Look, once you're high enough level to have strong Ice Wave, Augment 2, and both forks on -2 second cooldown, maybe, and a given spot is weak or neutral to ice and earth, sure, it's going to be fun. But I don't know. Not that many respawns where ice and earth are going to be really good. Might go Bravoria. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have my monk already on Kalanta and have some friends there now and have a house and stuff, then I'd consider Bravoria too. But I do think Bravoria will just get merged within the next 12 months anyway. Yeah, forks are just, this is, I actually thought about this the other day. And it occurred to me that forks are basically just worse runes minus the item usage. Item usage obviously sucks, and spells are better than runes because it doesn't have the item usage. But other than that, what is a rune? A rune is a 5/5 area of effect ability that damages every creature in that area. What is a fork? It's a 4/4 area of effect spell that damages some of the creatures in the area, right? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the difference? Excuse me, what the fuck? Yep. Claim. Yep. Like, literally, right? A rune is just a 5/5 area of effect that damages everything, and a fork is a 4/4 area of effect that damages up to 6 creatures. Like, it's literally just a worse rune. Now, it does do a little bit more damage, but in practice, and But in practice, it's just a worse rune, but it doesn't require an item and it's just a spell. I don't know, dude. It's just... Invader. Yeah, well, he respected. He respected. He respected. We good. It's better than a rune. It's better than a rune because it hits harder. But functionally, it's just a worse rune, dude. In practice, when you draw it out where it could hit, maybe it's like basically a 5x5 as well. Maybe it's even the same size like a rune. But yeah, just instead of hitting everything in that possible radius, it just hits up to like six monsters, right? You bought an MS? Oh, I bought this MS like 2 years ago. It's been waiting. It's been waiting for an opportunity to be useful, and the opportunity has finally come. So you plan to update EXP per hour results on Tibia Pal after the update? Indeed. Obviously, it's going to take time, though. Like, it took me years to build up the library of results that was Tibia Pal, and now I'm starting from scratch, right? So you're going to have to wait until it's ready, right? I'm expecting it to take approximately 4 months per vocation. So given that we're going to be testing 5 vocations, I expect it'll take about 20 months until it's done. Give or take, right? Some vocations maybe will go a little faster. Some vocations maybe will go a little slower. Don't know. Any events for Beaver Doll? No, because I'm no longer as promoted or supported fan site. I'm not part of the fan site team. Hence, I do not have any say on the Beaver Doll, or I can't run any tips off sponsored events, nothing like that. Quit your job and do it faster? Yeah, that would be totally worth it. You lot should start gifting and donating if you all want me to go full-time so much. I don't have enough income from streaming to consider going full-time. That's all I'm saying. If I got like 5, you've got these super fans, right? Who dump in like €1,000 per month for the favorite streamer. If I had 3 or 4 of those, I would genuinely be probably quitting my job. And thank you for the Prime sub. If I had a few of those, I would genuinely be quitting my job and do full-time content. But I don't. Thank you. Thank you for the gifted T1 sub that you've gifted to, what's her name? Amuranth. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I hope she checks out the channel. Thank you very much. But yeah, the thing is, streaming is fun, but it's not quite enough money for me to consider going full time. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for the sub and and the gift. 300 of €10. Hell, that would work as well. It's just it's too much risk, It's too much risk. I have a pretty good job, so it's just too risky. Like if I was working like a minimum wage job, then I would have quit a very long time ago to do full-time content creation. But I work in a bank. I have a okay job, so I don't really want to risk it unless it's like guaranteed big time increase in income. Thank you very much for the T1 sub, Kishone Pickle as well. There you go. That's all I need to do. It's all clear now. I just need to make you all feel guilty. Make it seem like I'm not getting enough, and then all the subs start pouring in. Okay. Excellent. I got it. I just need to start begging. Subscribe to the birthday boy, guys. It is my birthday today. It is my birthday. It is in fact my birthday exactly today, 15th of May. Thank you very much for the kick sub, Fusion Gamecraft. Thank you. Ah, My birthday too? Are you kidding, Nishida? Are you serious? Do we have the same birthday? I mean, I suppose considering how many people watch, there is at least 1 or 2 people in chat whose birthday it is today. I guess that's only to be expected. How old am I? I'm 33 today. I was born in 1993. Well, happy birthday to you as well, Nishida. There you go. Jesus age. That's exactly what my granddad said. Literally, my granddad called me and he was like, "You're the same age Jesus was when he died." What? Why do you think that's like something I want to hear on my birthday? Jesus. Yeah, Jesus. Oh God. Really birthday? Yep. Yeah, it's my birthday. I was having a bit of birthday cake at the start of the stream. So far, everyone on my guild is selling their druid and buying EK. I think people buying and selling characters at this point is a little premature. I really don't think Tipsoft will leave all the vocations where they are right now, especially druid. I think selling druids now is a bad decision. Thank you for all the wishes. I invaded some noobs on vampires. Hey, I didn't invade anybody. The vampires were booked and free. I have not invaded anybody today. I'm trying to think if that's definitely true, but I haven't invaded anybody today. I invaded yesterday, the Oromond raid, but that was yesterday, so you know, long time ago. My birthday next week. Cool. Good birthday. I always like having a May birthday. It wasn't great at university because I always had exams around this time. I always had exams from like early May until June. So it meant that, you know, my birthday was always in the middle of exam season. But other than that, in May birthday, I've always been pretty happy with it. Hey Vida. Is that where Expedition 33? Is that where the 33 and Expedition 33 comes from? I haven't played the game. I don't know. EDs are expensive right now? Could be more expensive. If they're expensive now, imagine how expensive they'll be when they fix the forks, dude. Will I play PoE 2? You know, I don't know what it is, but I've just really not been feeling PoE 2 for like the past year or so. I don't know if I've been a little bit scarred by like a couple of the first seasons of PoE 2 where I used to get very, very angry with the campaign and like you die to like some bullshit and you'd have to be like thrown back to the start of the stage and stuff. And it's kind of soured me on PoE 2. I don't know. I don't know if I will. Maybe. All right, bounty finished. Blood Beast, Mummy, Minotaur. I don't need anything here. Give me another Vampire Viscount. That would be ideal. Give me another Vampire Viscount. X Aukar, Killer Cayman, Dragon Hatchling. I don't really want any of those. Lost Husher, Orc Shaman. Could do those. All right, well, we'll do either Lost Husher. Let's have a look. We'll probably actually is that the one from like the Warzone Warzone 5 task area with this shitty huts, or is this the lower spike one? This is the spike one. Okay. All right. So this one is fine too. Okay. Oh, we'll see. All right. Now, anyway, let's finish. Let's try and finish the vampires. We probably won't finish the vampires. Actually, I got to finish in 18 minutes, and we still need 120 viscounts. So I guess I'll finish that another time. Why is MS fine and ED not? It's just the way that the rotations and spells work. And the main reason, honestly, the biggest difference between Druid and Sorcerer right now is that Sorcerer is going to work basically everywhere. Because of his conversion of elements, it just means he's just going to work everywhere. If Druid had, a conversion between his fork spells and he had a third fork spell, so he had 3 fork spells and they converted damage so he could use them everywhere, then it would be fun as well, in my opinion. But it's the fact that he's limited to earth and ice that is like the biggest problem for the Druid right now, and his viability, in my opinion. Physical fork spell would be good, yeah. Will MS be nerfed in your opinion? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not even that against it. Like I would much rather they nerf it in the next stage than release it and then nerf it in like 2 months, right? I don't want to be going through nerfs again, dude. I think they may lower some base damages. Like some of the damage some of the beams can do now is pretty crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they lower base damage of Great Energy Beam and Great Death Beam by a few base damage points. Maybe lower the base damage of Death Echo a little bit. That's okay with me. As long as they don't make the Sorcerer functionally worse by making his rotation somehow worse functionally, then I'm okay with it. I don't mind some damage hits if they think the damage is too high. If they think the damage is too high, just nerf it now, please. I beg you. Beg you, just nerf it now on the test server and be done with it, all right? Doesn't the reduced GFB feel horrible for solo? I'm not going to use GFB ever after the rebalance. I'm just going to be on a full spell rotation, so I don't care about the rune change. Check the last update video for PoE 2. Okay. I will. Maybe we'll play it a bit. I don't know. On the other hand, though, it's like about to be rebalance, and I kind of want to focus on some content for rebalance. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll check it out. But the thing is, even if I do check out Path of Exile 2, it's going to be like likely it's dropping on like the Friday before the rebalance is going to hit on like the Tuesday, most likely, right? So I would at most have like 3-4 days to play, so I'll barely complete the campaign, right? I don't know if it's worth investing the time. 1 minute cooldown on the barrier? No, you cannot have the cooldown on the barrier. That defeats the purpose. Then 2 small hits back to back kill you. Cooldown on the barrier doesn't work. Charges can work. Like you regain, you can have up to 10 barrier charges, and every time you trigger it, a charge goes down, and then you regen a charge every 10 minutes or something. That could work, but a straight up cooldown wouldn't work because you're almost always going to take 2 or 3 hits per barrier trigger. I mean, Cipsoft, I think, just wants to make mages want to be able to survive more stuff, right? Yeah, of course, it's very, very good. But, I mean, does anybody enjoy dying in Tibia? Like, you still can die in Tibia if you get yourself inside a box of, like, very difficult monsters. You still can die. You shouldn't. You should never get yourself in that situation, but you still can. I do think it is strong, but I'm okay with it because I'm not a fan of Tibia death penalty anyways. Is it worth to buy anything when I'm going from Nevia to Kalanta? I remember when I was transferring, it was worth to bring prismatic rings for sure. And yeah, just stuff like that. Stuff like battle tactics for Robrita respawn, I think made sense too. Other than that, I don't remember. Maybe some soul cores if you want to do soul pit on Kalanta. There's not that many soul cores. Serenity is a useless mechanic. I mean, Serenity. I know Serenity is just a mechanic to prevent the monk from being a tank. That's all. Serenity exists so that EKs are not replaced by the monks. That's it. Is that the correct implementation? I don't know, but that is why Serenity exists. We don't have Exet, it doesn't matter. At high enough levels, Exet is not that needed. Nah, of course. In a lot of respawns, you could. Have you picked MS over RP? Right now, I'm gonna go in MS over RP, unless some big things change. Unless big things change in phase 3, then yeah, we'll be going Sorcerer. At level 400, fastest way to make money as a monk? Oh, I don't know. I mean, you should be making money basically everywhere as a monk at 400. I don't remember what's the most profitable respawn though. Especially with the weekly deliveries. I haven't played that level range after weekly deliveries, but you should be making like 1kk basically everywhere. What if they made Serenity go away after like 10 seconds of being surrounded? I don't think that really changes anything. I mean, you shouldn't really ever be killing a box for over 10 seconds. And remember, Serenity is only active in parties, right? So if you're solo, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Monk should be an off-tank. Paladin is more of an off-tank than Monk because of the Serenity status. Do you have a video of the new Knight frontal sweep? No, but it's obvious, right? It's just for Exori Min was like 3 SQMs, and then you can have 2 extra ones to the sides of you when you have that augment in the wheel. How are we doing? 25 more brides, 78 more viscounts. I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to be just short of the viscounts. It's kind of annoying. I'll have to come back and invade somebody later and kill like 30 more. Oh, you mean the damage? No, I don't have a video of the damage, but I can tell you that the damage is very nice. It's approximately 3 times stronger than Ixori Mass. And yeah, it slaps. It really slaps. On my 300 EK, I was hitting like 1.2k with Ixori Min. It was pretty good. Pretty good. I think it basically becomes core of your rotation together with Ixori Grand now, if it's not nerfed anymore. Hey, just tuned in. What are you doing today? So basically, I am until rebalance. I'm mostly doing easy and medium bestiaries on my sorcerer, trying to couple them with some bounties to get a bit of progress on my talisman. So basically, yeah, right now we're doing some vampire bestiary. We had a bounty on the vampire viscount. Had some brimstone bugs, bounties. Basically, we're going to be doing bounties / bestiaries for the next 2 weeks or so until rebalance, because we need 2.6 thousand more charm points for the optimal charm setup that I want. So yeah, we're focusing on bestiaries for now. There's not much else to do. And preparing all the quests and stuff. Going to make sure I have all the accesses ready, etc., etc. I'm not so sure that Ixori Min will stay as strong as it is. They've kind of like, they hate that people don't use Ixori Min and don't like it, so now they just made it too strong. I'm not sure that it's gonna stay like this. I'm thinking about selling my RP by a higher distance. You know, I'm personally more on the side of not upgrading characters. unless you are genuinely like got a terrible, terrible character. Like I'm a big fan of at least making sure you have some good baseline skill. So getting like a level 8 with 105, 110 skill as a minimum, I'm a big fan of. But if you have 115, 120 skill on like a level 400, 500, I personally don't see the need to upgrade a character like that, and I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I kind of prefer sticking with a character for the long term, and I don't like just switching them just to upgrade a few skill points. I don't know. Since when clown is 1.5k points? Since people spam it too much. Not much difference. Not. I don't know. Not enough for me to want to switch a character. Unleash the credit card. I feel like there's like some fresh blood. I think maybe somebody trying to invade me. I don't know. Maybe I was just really quick and it's still blood from my last lap. I'm going on holidays. Good luck on rebalance. My parting gift will be clowns. All right, go wild. How many points do you have? You redeemed too many. They cancelled each other out. But enjoy your holiday, Bonglia. I'm going for a few day holiday next week. I'll be away next Wednesday to Saturday, so I'll actually skip phase 3 of the test server, unfortunately. So I hope you all leave good, valuable, and valid feedback for Tipsoft in my absence. I don't want to come back to an uber nerfed MS, okay?
Yeah, Bumsy. I think you, Bumsy.
Hey, bro, really have limited game time, so trying to decide on a main. Mainly solo play. And between EK and MS. I just quit Monk because I felt my wrist was killing me on it. If your wrist was bothering you on the Monk, then I don't think MS is going to be that much better. I think MS and Monk probably have similar mechanical requirements with movement and wrist and mouse. So I guess EK makes more sense for you. We've done the Bride. We've got 43 Viscounts to go. Oh, God. I only have 5 more minutes, though. Let's do one more lap. Thinking of buying this Monk on green, level 1088. Aren't you the guy who has like an insane amount of bounty points? You had like 30% damage on your bounty talisman, no? Surely it's not worth. I don't think I could sell a character with 30% on a bounty talisman just to start from scratch. Please don't do zero supply hunt with MS after rebalance. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but there's going to be a brand new zero supply series coming out for the Sorcerer. I'm sorry. I have access to Hyoga. Oh, okay. All right. So that's Hyoga who has that much. Thank you very low for the 5-month free sub. Thank you. Thank you for the prime sub. Much love. Current bid 140k. Shit. I'm really starting to really wonder if I don't want to sell my monk. How much do you think I'd get for my monk then? I'd probably get like 80, 90k or something for my monk then if I sold it. That's a lot of money for a character I'm not entirely sure I'm ever going to play again. I give you 90k now? Really? Yeah, I may need to think about it. Let me think on it, Zim. Send me a DM. If you're serious, I may need to think about it. Because, like, thing is, what word would you recommend for Iron Man mode? Probably very unpopulated one, like something unpopulated. If you're not able to get anything from other players anyway, you don't care about other players, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not in a rush to sell. The thing is, I'm just thinking, like, what is my plan, right? My plan is gonna be do the sorcerer run, do the paladin run, do the EK run, do a druid run, then do a monk run from scratch to get all the monk results. And that's gonna be 2 years. So this monk, my main monk, is very likely to be sitting there for the next 2 years. And within the next 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised to see a new 6 vocation anyway. So I kind of feel like my main monk may just be kind of wasted, you know, just basically not being played. I do love it. I do love the monk, but I just don't know if there's much point still holding on to it, because even if I did want to play a monk, you know, in 2 years, do I want to go back to this monk that then would have been inactive for 2 years, or would I rather just, I don't know. It is a very good character though, because it is one of those rooked ones, right? It has like 15,000 charm points, a bunch of boss points, good talisman upgrades. But it is a nice character. It is a nice character. I don't know. I'll think on it though, Zim. I'll think on it. If you are actually interested in, yeah, let me know. And if they bring in a new vocation, then whenever that new vocation comes out, that's something I'm going to be playing for the first year or so, right? As well. You made Nevia explode, bro. I think Nevia was big without me. I don't think it mattered that much. Did it? All right, I've got to finish in a minute. Let me clear the bottom floor. I need 20 more viscounts. Oh my god. 95k TC my offer? You serious? If you guys are serious, if that character is really worth that much, plus it has like 20k TC of gear at least, I may need to think about it. Green optional monk is pricey. Holy. Auto win bids when? Nah, I'm glad there's no auto win bids. As a seller, I don't want auto win bids. All right, okay. You know what? I'll think on it. I may list it after the rebalance then. All right, we're gonna have to go. It's almost 30 past. I do need to go. So I've got 2 weeks off starting on Monday. So we're gonna have pretty big streams, I think, on Monday and Tuesday. We'll probably be doing more of the same of what I've been doing today. I'll just be playing Sorcerer, probably doing some Bestiaries, stuff like that. Then I'm going on holiday, and then the week after, the week starting on the 25th of May, I've got a whole week off, so we're going to be doing a lot of streaming then as well. I think today is the highest price you're going to get for it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this place is a joke now for profit. Because Vampire Teeth, part of the problem is that Vampire Teeth now drop from Gloom Moors, right? On Norkaratu. So there's tons of supply. So they're like 600 gold each. So if Vampire Teeth just aren't worth anything. When they were worth like 3k and you'd get like 100 per hour, that was big profit for the time, you know? Anyways, I do have to finish. Zim, send me a DM. We can talk about it a little bit. I could consider listing it. I need to think on it, but I could consider it. Will the energy ring change have a big impact? No, not a huge one. You'll just have to be a little bit more careful with it and not just spam it all the time. Blood Preserver's thing is worth money. Apparently 312 average market price. Anyway, I do gotta go. Sorry, YouTube people, for being not so responsive. But yeah, my chat today for some reason does not include YouTube. I don't know why something's broken, so I do apologize that I haven't been as responsive to the YouTube comments. I hope it's going to be fixed for next stream. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. On Twitch, I'm going to send you over to Fiery Soul, and on YouTube and Kick, I'm just going to end this stream. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back on Monday around 11 a.m. European time, I think, for a stream. So I'll see you all then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.